just to put 20,000 Club America chapters on high schools across the country. So God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Governor, can I add one last note?
Sure.
The president had appointed me as chair of his Commission on Religious Liberty, and we had a hearing scheduled that happened right after we lost Charlie. And we played a clip of Charlie before the first hearing, and we had Hutz Hertzberg from Turning Point to give testimony that day. But Charlie, and I know Mike Morath here is our chair, not our chair, our Commissioner of Education. Somewhere I saw him in the crowd. And Charlie said, and everyone at Turning Point knows this, but I had not seen him be so descriptive. He said, we're failing our next generation if we don't teach them in our schools before they leave. Where did they come from? And why are they here? And where are they going? If you don't know where you came from and what purpose God has for you in life and where you're heading, you're lost. And that may be, of all the things that Charlie said, one of the most profound, straightforward, simple things I've ever heard. And that should be our mission in our schools with our State Board of Education, with our Commissioner of Education.
Very good. All right, we'll take a few questions. So, and I'll let Josh correct me here if I'm wrong about this, but what a lot about Club America and TPUSA is not in a particular political party or anything like that. As I articulate, listen, this is about values. This is about constitutional principles. This is about a restoration of who we are as a country. And I'll take a step further and make this clear. I went to public schools here in the state of Texas. When I went to Duncanville High School, I was a member of the Fellowship for Christian Athletes. FCA still exists today. You can have religious organizations that focus on those values like that are allowed in our schools. And this is just another more modern example of Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
You would endorse this, say if it wasn't TPUSA, let's say if it was a more left-leaning, liberal, progressive group, would you endorse the same kind of initiative that y'all were announcing?
So to be clear, it's highly unlikely I would endorse it, but it doesn't mean that it would not be legal for it to be on a campus. It's not really impacted by that bill. Not that I'm aware of yet. The person who would know that is Mike Morath. I don't see where he is, but
We don't have any complaints yet, but if we do, we will investigate.
no complaints yet. But if one does arise, they will investigate.
Last question.
All right, well, going back to what I said about Fellowship of Christian Athletes, there has been a connection among student groups in our public schools going back now for well over 50 years. And this is just a modern day version of that, but it's actually so much more because of what it's seeking to achieve. And so this is a way of making sure that the students who attend schools, they get input from a wide array of different perspectives. They're going to have the option to choose the perspective that is articulated so well by TPUSA. But if you want to add to that, feel free.
I think we need to ask ourselves what type of society we want to live in. We have no problem when the Boys and Girls Club is growing in a community and wants to do social good. Club America is fundamentally a social good for Texas. Is it a good or a bad thing if young men and women want to work hard and get married young and have lots of kids? Is it a good or bad thing for young men and women to understand the founding of the country, to understand that we were founded as a Christian nation, and then live as such. I am so proud of the history of our country and the way that we have protected the First Amendment, and that is why on public schools across the state, there are leftist clubs allowed to meet and there are conservative clubs allowed to meet. But let me tell you, amongst Gen Z, especially young Gen Z, the conservative clubs are 10 times more popular right now.
Yes, and let me just add to it. It's one of the reasons that we passed and the governor signed Senate Bill 10, which puts the 10 Commandments back in our schools. And it's my understanding, Commissioner, I don't know if you know for sure, we're maybe around 50% that we have the 10 Commandments, because it's done by organizations or individuals who go to the schools, and the schools are required to put them in the classrooms. And we passed Senate Bill 11, which allows for prayer time. And again, we're primarily a Christian nation, but we respect all faiths, and we want to allow that child to have that time if they wish. I've always to pray, to have a moment with the Lord. I've always thought how confused our kids must be when we take them to church and Sunday school every week, and then on Monday they can't recognize the God that they love. And what parent really wants to say to their child, I want you in a school that doesn't teach values? That should be what parents do want. And those values are important. And the things that Josh talked about of family and faith and children, all of these are important. And they have been under attack in America for a long time. And that's why Charlie's message is resonating, because people want a purpose for their life. They want to know where they've been, why they're here, and where they're going.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Great job.
Appreciate it.
Also,